Stephanie, and today I'm here with the shredding tutorial. There's been so many requests to film this and we're finally getting around to it. Shredding is really simple and easy, but it is really tedious and takes a lot of time. Shredding is when you pull apart all of the fibers that make up the fabric that your shirt is created out of. As you can see, I've shredded all of the little fibers. This is really extreme shredding, as you can tell. So what you're going to need is a t-shirt. This is my Metallica t-shirt from the Rose Bowl, a pair of scissors, and your fingers. And if you don't have fingers, I'm not really sure what we're going to do, but let's hope the majority of us have fingers so that we can shred. And with your scissors, you're gonna create a hole in your shirt. Now, be forewarned that you wanna start off with a small hole. You don't wanna start off with a huge hole because then you're just gonna be SOL because there's gonna be a hole in your shirt. If you start with a small hole, you can create bigger holes out of that small hole. Now, what I like to do is actually start from the bottom of the t-shirt and work my way up instead of making a hole just anywhere. You see the bottom and there's the stitch on the bottom of this. You wanna cut a line or cut that stitch off. And cut past that and then just cut a little part out of it. Now, here's the tedious part. You want to start pulling apart. What I like to do is pull so that it kind of gets loose, and then you just start pulling apart. You want to start with one, and once you get one going, you can usually start. See how that just ripped apart? There's two little fibers, and then you just continue to pull them apart. And once you get like a groove to it, they'll come apart really easily. And see how I started off really small? If you go ahead and cut a hole that's too big, you're gonna have something that you're not gonna be able to control. If you start cutting from the bottom, you can control how much you want, and you can just pull some more fibers from the end to make it bigger. You don't necessarily have to start big. And then you just start pulling. And you can kind of see the pattern in which the fibers were put together to create the actual fabric. And you just pull. I just kind of pull at the sides and then pull the fibers, and you can see it's getting bigger. Okay, so this is what I've done in just the first few minutes of shredding. And as you can see, it's starting to just look like a shredded shirt. Now, that being said, this Led Zeppelin shirt that I showed you guys earlier took about 5 hours to do. And that wasn't 5 hours of just sitting down and shredding. It was over a few days. I cut the neckline off of it, cut the sleeves off, and I first started off with the front. As you can see, this is the front. This is the back of it, which is longer. And it's just totally destroyed. And that's what I love about shredding. Now, shredding isn't for everybody, definitely. You could tone this down and just do little patches like this instead of full-fledged shredded bottoms. Remember that it's going to end up getting longer because it's pulling every single one of these threads and fibers apart, so it's going to become a longer t-shirt. So what I had to do on this Led Zeppelin t-shirt, since it was already quite long, I cut some of the front part off before, so it's shorter in the front, and as you can tell, it's longer in the back. All of the shredding that you do is going to look different, and I personally like shredding old band t-shirts and just solid like white t-shirts to make them look kind of worn and old. You don't have to take it to this extreme, like I said. Hopefully this was really easy to understand. I wanted to make this super simple and really quick because shredding isn't as difficult as some people make it out to be. All you're doing is pulling things apart with your fingers. I like to think that shredding is really relaxing. When I'm stressed, I'll seriously just shred for like 2 hours in front of the television. So maybe if you're stressed or something, try it out because it's just like clears your mind and all you think about is shredding. Hopefully you guys learned something new today. If you have any video responses or anything, pictures, send them to me. I want to see how your guys' t-shirts turned out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, look over here.
Jen.
No.
Big rat. Big rat. Ah! Big rat. Ah! Baby! Big fat rat.
You're kitty, you're fat. What?
Sounds like he's constipated. I think I hear UPS truck.